Okay, good risk reward towards that bottom line here. Right, really good risk reward on this Tesla. Oh, what's this? So I'm looking at the 800 puts here, guys, under this 822. So looking for a breakdown under 822.25 or 20, call it 20. Okay, he might be having to size down here a little bit now. But still in play, all right. So interested here, guys, right? Still interested if this thing breaks down under this 822. Going to be sizing down here a little bit though, right? Not quite 2/3, going to go half sizing. So not in yet here, gonna wait, still just a second. Right, broke down as I was typing it out, so I just missed my entry, right? So I'm gonna wait for a lower low here under this 821.70 area. Like I said, looking at the 800 puts. All right, guys, I am in. Average price 1167 here, half size. So let's see if this thing can give us that immediate pop, right? We're doing okay shape here, right? We're in okay shape here right away. Starting to move here a little bit. So I reckon if we can get that 820 breakdown, this thing will start to flush a little bit and we could start to get a little bit of follow through. But good shape here so far on this first trade, guys, right? Great shape on this first trade. So let's see if this thing can keep flushing here for us, right? We're expecting a pretty decent flush under this 820. If that happens, right, probably going to look to take a little bit of profit off and try to keep running this thing. But we'll talk about that as it continues to set up here. Let's watch if this thing will flush here, guys, right? Let's watch if this thing will flush here. Nice sack. Let's take a look at Lucid. Good sympathy play. Yeah, good, similar volume profile, right? Similar volume profile. So really nice work, right? Good job. Target still that bottom line, right? It's targeting that like 25 area. Nice work, Damon. All right, let's even keep getting a little bit of follow through here, right? But we're in pretty good shape. Going to get really close to taking some profit off here in a second, right? I'm going to close 1/4 of my position here, guys, right at this $13 mark. So I'm closing one quarter of my position. There we go, guys, locking in some profit. Stop loss now is going to be at 1275 stop loss. And let's see if this thing can keep pushing down. But we've locked in a win, and now we cannot let this trade go red. So really good job, guys. Good job. Yeah, so I'll be very honest with you guys, right? I call it the strike price that's best for me, right? But it's the same concept, right? Nice work, Nitesh. Attaboy, man. Great 10% scalp. Love that. So, guys, right, we're doing really well here on this Tesla, right? We're crushing it on these puts. So let's see if this thing can keep giving us a little bit of follow through past this midline here, right? As we touch this midline on this Bollinger Band, let's get a little bit off, right? But we've locked in a little bit of profit. We've made sure to make sure that we're protecting a nice win here. So we can't let this trade turn into a red play here all of a sudden, right? So no excuse to let this play go red. Good job to everyone who caught this, right? Really good job, but cannot let this trade go red here now. As we probably touch like $14 on these contracts, I'm gonna look to take a little bit more off, right? If we can hit that $14 mark, then it should be a pretty interesting trade for us, right? And we'll have a chance for like that 50% breakdown, which would be epic, right? That'd be a fantastic DTR Wednesday. But for now, guys, right, we got nothing else to do besides watch a winning trade. So really good job, really good patience here this AM. And congratulations to everyone who caught this. Let's go. Guys, I'm going to take off another little chunk here as we touch that $14, right? So if the bid hits $14, I'm going to take off a little bit, and I'll be left with about half of my original. Dan Shapiro, I don't know who that is. Attaboy, Damon, though. 20% win, man. Congratulations. That is a fantastic, fantastic play. So really, really well job. Really, really well done. Sorry. But guys, if you want to trade like this day in, day out with me, right? I live stream all my trades every single day for DTR members. And we trade like this every single day, find trades like this every single day. So if you want to start your 7-day free trial, you can start at www.dtrtrading.com. And there you'll also get access to the DTR Discord, which will give you sort of the pre-setup alert so you know when to tune into the stream. And there we go, guys. I'm going to take off a little bit more profit here, right, at this 14.20. Let's go, right? Huge win all of a sudden, guys. So locked in a little bit more profit. There we go. I've got just a little bit less than half of my original position left. And now I'm going to let this thing run. So stop loss on my remainder is going to be like 13.50. And let's see if this thing can really push. Let's go, Rusty. Let's go, man. Good job. Really, really well done. So, guys, fantastic first trade, right? Fantastic first trade. Yeah, so I think there's space here, right? We've got a really good entry. We've got a really good setup. And guys, we're pushing 50% here now, right? We're pushing 50%. So, let's see if we can get there. Hey, Nitesh, you put that thought in everyone's brain today. And so now we're just visualizing success and now having it all come together for us. So let's go, everyone, right? Let's go. Creeping up towards that 50% barrier here, right? So we cannot complain about that. Yeah, great question, Chase. So for me, position sizing is based on how much you risk. So risk is entry minus stop loss, right? So your position sizing has to be dynamic to sort of account for that, right? That for me is like the main core principle. Hopefully you know what I mean by that. So if I have a $1 stop loss, right, I can theoretically take on a bigger position, right, than if I have a $5 stop loss, right? But what the objective is to make a $5 stop loss and a $1 stop loss to cost me the same thing if I get stopped out. So that's how I play with my position sizing. That's how I try to manage it, to try to keep it consistent. So I try to keep as many variables consistent as possible. And then as long as I sort of target that 2-to-1 risk reward or better, then there's no problems, right? Then you keep it a numbers game. And even if you have sort of a small position sizing, you still get paid if it plays out, right? So even on this Tesla play, right, this was a half size play, but we're up over 1% on the day because this was a big move, right? We had a really good risk reward profile here, even though we had to have a slightly larger stop loss. So this required us to size down, but because the move, right, that we're going for was bigger, right, we still got paid out just the same as we would have if we had max position sizing. So position sizing for me is all about managing your risk based on your stop loss, and then, kind of figuring out what the stop loss is as a dollar figure on the underlying, right? And then multiplying that by the delta for your contracts, right? So that gives you a percentage for what it is, right? For what the stop loss needs to be. And then it's up to you to sort of make sure that you're actually sizing your plays to stay within your sort of personal risk parameters, right? In general, everyone has sort of different numbers that sets them over the edge, or like that breaks their mentality, or like breaks their trading psychology. So it's about making sure that you always keep yourself under that number, right? Because every trader is going to have a losing trade. Every trader is going to have a losing day. Every trader is going to have all those sort of things. But it's really important that you don't allow your position sizing or your trading psychology to keep you out of the market or to force you to trade your P&L, right? That would be an unacceptable outcome. So you have to be proactive, right, in sizing your positions. And for me, it's all about keeping that dollar risk consistent based on your stop loss. So guys, Tesla, right? Pushing that 1650 here on these contracts. Let's go, right? Mega 50% win here to start the day off. Cannot complain, right? Let's go, guys. Let's go. So Chase, I don't know. I think you're on a free trial, right? Like my DTR try to be a little bit different than other trading rooms, right? I started as an institutional trader. That's how I started out. And when I started, I sat beside a senior trader and I looked over his shoulder and I bugged the shit out of him and asked him 1,000 different questions a day until I learned how to trade, right? And I copied some of his plays. I learned from him, right? I followed him. I did all those sort of things. But he was super helpful to me, right? He went out of his way to help me. He did all those sort of things, and he really helped me make my career. And so I try to replicate that service here for members, right? Where I be really transparent. I try to give you everything I can to help you become a winning trader. But ultimately, right, you still have to be motivated and want to do it. And if you are motivated and you are willing to put in the work, then you'll do really, really well in DTR. But if you're here to just, try to make Lambo money or something like that, right, then you have the wrong objective and you're always going to struggle. So hopefully I can be here to help and to make things easier for you. I try to teach people the same way I was learned. Yeah, great question. So the strat is, I would say I use a lot of similar principles, right? So a big thing on the strat there is, I don't know how they like label some of their reversal candles or prints or whatever. But they like entering on like full body candles, right? So that's a really big thing for them. And for me, I'm the same, right? So when I'm trading the strat or when I hear about the strat or learn about the strat, right? A lot of what they do with their like reversals, right? All that kind of stuff. It's like confirmation and technical analysis in one. And so that can be really helpful, right? For me, I keep things really simple. So it's high and low, pretty much daily high and low breakout, right? That's the core. And then it's about high volume, full body breakdowns or breakouts, right? Past those levels. So if we get a high a day breakout, right? We should see a lot of momentum step in to support that move. And that momentum looks like a full body, full volume candle. And the strat essentially teaches, I think, a version of that same concept. So although I don't use their technical analysis, right, as a way, there's a lot of really similar processes or a lot of really similar things that stack up. In general, what I do that's maybe a little bit different than other traders or other rooms is I teach the setup, confirmation, execution method. And for me, right, that is, there's 3 parts to every trade, right? And the confirmation execution method will always be the same, right? So that's full body candle, full volume, right? Outlier, increasing volume, plus, right, making sure those option volume, 2-to-1 risk reward, all that sort of stuff, right? That's always going to be the same. And then your setup can be really flexible, right? It can be a strat 2-1-2 reversal or whatever they're called, right? It can be a MACD cross. It can be whatever you want it to be, but it's all about making sure that you're just taking that deep breath before you enter that trade. You're really like kind of formalizing your plan before you take it and then go after it. In general, Rob, the guy who I think started the strat, he doesn't come off as a bullshitter in my opinion. And so I think he's a really good resource for some people. And so then it's just a question of applying what you learn, right, and making it adapt to your personality. But that should be where the setup is, right? Your confirmation execution requirements should always be the same. That should be very much written in stone. And then if you apply those, right, to your setups, you're going to develop yourself an edge. So anyone still in this Tesla here with me? We have a chance at 100% win here, guys. Let's go. Let's go, Sharon. Attaboy. Let's go. Great trade, everyone. Great trade. Let's go, Alex. Let's go. Nice work, man. So, guys, I'm going to just put my stop loss way up, right? So, stop loss now like 1630 on my remainder. Hell yeah, man. All these, Alex, like all these names are flushing. Dude, that's awesome, Sharon. I love to hear that. Love to hear that. I mean, we're pushing 100% here. Not quite there, but we're pushing. So, not a bad start to the day here, everyone. Not a bad start. Yeah. So, man, pretty choppy morning, right? Pretty choppy morning here so far. But we got a very similar setup across the board, right? We had that same that same sort of high volume rejection here, right? A relatively high volume rejection. Sorry, not high volume rejection, right? We had that same sort of rejection at the top of Bollinger Band, right? But wasn't that outlier volume on QQQ, right? At least with Tesla, it's high volume rejection, top of Bollinger Band, right? And then there was that outlier volume. So a little bit more sign of strength, which is why we filtered it out to Tesla, right? Facebook, tough one to chase after, even if it looks like it wants to puke. Still that kind of green hammer, right? So green hammer is still a sign of strength. Not as convincing here yet. Nice work, Sharon. Nice work, man. Absolute screamer of a trade, man. Good job. Yeah, definitely bouncing off of there, right? I gotta be honest, like now that we're up so much, I mean, I only have a few runners left, right? So I'm not, I'm not trading this as a technical, right? I'm basically just trying to see if I can get lucky and get that follow through, right? That's all that's left here. So we'll never complain about that, right? That's a great place to be. So like I said, guys, right, if you want to trade like this live every single day with me, I live stream all my trades for DTR members every single day. You get DTR setup alerts right in the Discord, where if you can't watch all day, right, you'll be able to alerted to learn when to watch in. If you guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see here, right, or how well you can see here, but this is what the Discord looks like, right? Here's today's, right, all these alerts, right? And so really good, right? You're always going to get a heads up of when things are setting up or all these sort of things. And you can join at www.dtrtrading.com/join DTR. Link is in the description down below. Like I said, guys, trade like this every single day exclusively for DTR members. Right, we got a 100% runner. Can't ask for too much more today. And oh, by the way, guys, you can start with your 7-day free trial too, right? So even if you want to stick around for a week, right? You just want to learn. Awesome, right? You can cancel in a week and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was when Elon was first starting to sell. Yeah. So boom, there's 100% on Tesla, guys. Let's go. What a trade. What a day. Best job in the world, guys. Best job in the world. So now let's see if this thing can flush past that 799 area, right, and really start to break down for us. But great shape. We don't have to do anything else here today, right? Sitting on a monster winner. You can just relax, right, feet up, and think about how we're going to spoil the wife's boyfriend today. So let's see if this Tesla can continue to flush, right? We think we've got room down towards that 792, right? Really, really impressive. We did talk a little bit, though, about if this thing breaks down here past that 792, if it sells off from those highs, might be a little bit exhausted by the time it gets there, right? And so I don't know if that's going to be the case, right? Because that volume is increasing here on this breakdown as we're losing this 800 psych zone. So there still could be some legs, right, in this breakdown. Right, really, really impressive volume here on this 5-min time frame, right? We still got 6 minutes to go on this 15, and it's probably going to be highest volume bar of the day. So there's still some momentum here in this Tesla, right? Could be some momentum in some of these other tech names here as well. Facebook's starting to go, but maybe not that right volume profile for us yet. So it's definitely something to watch here, Alex. I think you're right, but we need more volume on this, right? So I need to see at least that engulfing, increasing outlier volume here on any breakdown. I don't think we're really quite there yet, at least not in the same capacity as this Tesla, not showing us that same relative strength. Stop loss on my remainder here, guys, gonna be like at $20. And let's see if this thing can keep flushing. So I might get stopped out here in a second, guys, right? Like I said, stop loss $20. So this market maybe not giving us that follow through we were hoping for on this breakdown. Good volume, but not able to give us that full body close. Doesn't mean it won't break, But talking about how maybe that sign of momentum disappearing. Little bit of buyers there supporting that 792, pushing, reclaiming 800 almost right away. Maybe makes me, think that, hey, that momentum is gone. So there we go, guys. Stopped out on my remainder. Let's go, though. What a start to the day. Great trade, everyone. Absolutely crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. So not bad here for the week here, right? We're 3 for 3 on the week. Not a single red day, not a single red trade here so far. So cannot complain about that after last week's chop, right? Really nice to be kind of getting a bit of follow through and a little bit of that narrative sort of alleviating. So good job to everyone, right? Congratulations. It's a fantastic start to the day. My heart's racing. That was a lot of fun. So I'm just going to take a quick second here just to kind of do some push-ups, right? Kind of bash out some of this adrenaline, and then we'll get right back at it.